Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a long overdue update to my Project Pan Roulette eyeshadow edition, and this was started by Kristen and as always I will have her channel linked down below. But basically in this product in the intro I picked 5 eyeshadows, and this is update number 3, I believe you will know by the title. But I picked 5 eyeshadows I wanted to hit pan on, and then I did updates, and for every update when I hit pan on an eyeshadow I pull a new like roulette style. I have all my palettes written down on small pieces of paper, and then I just pulled a new palette and picked an eyeshadow from that palette. So yeah, as I said, today is the 3rd update. So in my intro I picked 5 palettes, and then in my first update I had hit pan on 1 shadow, I believe, and then for my second update I had hit pan on 3 eyeshadows, and yeah, today is update number 3. So this is not as exciting as my other updates, even though it's been 2 months, because I haven't been as good with working on these shadows as I have been previously. But yeah, I'm just going to give you an update, and yeah, we will see. So I don't know, should I start with the most boring first, like I usually do? And I will insert any photos of the looks I have if I have any. So as always, the most boring one is the Colourpop Weekend Warrior Anastasia quad, and I should probably just declutter this quad, but I don't know, I'm not going to, just because it's a limited edition collaboration with Anastasia and Colourpop. But at this time I am going to pull this out of this product, because I have used it like once or twice, and I don't know, I'm not happy with the looks I'm creating with this shadow, so I'm not going to force myself. I'm just going to pull it out of this product. Okay, so then it's a bit tied on which is the least boring. I think they are, like, all the rest of the shadows are pretty like similar in interestingness. But I usually talk about this one next, which is Get Out by Colourpop, and it's a one of their pressed powder shadows, and it's from the High-maintenance quad, if I can get it out. Okay, so this is what the shadow looks like, and I have used it, I think I've used it a lot more this month than I had before. So I have sort of managed to create a bit of a dip in the middle of the shadow, if you can see that when I like turn it around. But yeah, so I have managed to create a tiny dip in the shadow, and I have used it for quite a few looks, but because I have been feeling the warmer looks more, like now that I'm, mostly now that I am like working at my like summer job, I have been feeling like the neutral warm looks more than, because when I'm in school I tend to experiment a lot and like do very colorful looks, but now that I'm working I want to keep it fairly neutral, so I have been using it more than I did before. And then the next shadow is this one from Peggy Sage. This one is the one I have been working on, and I can't remember what it's called, but it will be listed down in the description box. So there is a dip in this shadow, but there was a dip when I started, but I think I've grown it a bit because I have used it a few times. So I'm just going to continue working on this one, because I mean, it's a nice shadow, I really like it. So, and like when I pulled this one I was very happy, because I wanted to use the other shades in this palette more, and I have used them a tiny bit, so yeah, I'm happy about that. And I mean, I think it's a very like deep pan, so I don't think I'm close to hitting pan, but still I think I might be like halfway or something, so I'm happy about that. And then the next one is this eyeshadow from the Sleek Makeup Candy Eyeliner Candy palette. And as you can see, it's a very bright like turquoise shade. This is the one I chose from this palette. And there is a small dip in this. I have used it a bit. I mean, it's definitely a bigger dip than when I started. And I have it on today, like on the first part of my eye. Oh, it's not focusing. Okay. Yeah, so I have it on today, like on the inner parts of my eyeshadow. So yeah, and I have done quite a few looks with it on my lower lash line, which I mean, I'm okay with that. It's a pretty look, so I will continue to use that. Yeah, so I've been working on this shadow right here, which is called Pearl from the Sleek Makeup Del Mar Volume 2 palette. And I don't know if you will be able to tell, but I have made a dip in it, and that's just because I have been using it as a highlight for the, I mean, 2 weeks maybe, last 2 weeks. And it's very, very pretty as a highlight, and I also have it on in my inner corner because I've used it a lot as like an inner corner highlight. And I've tried to use it on my lid. It's just that it's a bit too pale. It does not look natural. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it for like on my lid. So I have been struggling a bit with the shadows I've picked this month, but I think I might be pretty close to hitting pan on this one, so I should definitely be able to do that in a month. And I'm going to try with the other shadows, but I'm not as sure as with this one, because I'm going to continue using it as a highlight and as a inner corner highlight. So yeah, that was the update on all the shades. Not as interesting as last time, but I have been working on them and I will continue to work on them. And I'm going to pick a new shadow because, as I said, I'm just going to pull this out and just consider it like a... Like, I'm going to use it if I feel like it more than just force myself, and also consider it a bit of like a collector's item in my collection. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick a new palette from my jar of palettes. I think it's a new jar because I think my mom must have moved like the... because I can't remember moving like the palettes into this big jar. But yeah, I'm just going to pull a new palette. Okay, so I pulled the... you won't be able to tell because I wrote it with like a really pale pen, but I pulled this sleek Nordic Skies palette, so I will be right back with the color I picked. Okay, so this was a hard choice. This is... whoop, drop the applicator, but this is what the palette looks like, and it's the sleek Nordic Skies. And yeah, it's sort of a collection of like pale shades. It's really pretty. But so the shadow I've decided to work on is this pale lilac shadow, and this is what it looks like. It's sort of, it looks matte in the pan, but it has a slight sheen to it. So like there is a swatch of it, and it's a really pretty shade. And I have no idea when or how or where I will be able to use that, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to try and hit pan on that one. So the shadows I will be working on for the next months is this purple from the Nordic Skies, the turquoise from the Candy palette, the brown transition shade from Peggy Sage, the reddish, tonedish, brownish shadow from Colourpop, and also the highlighting shade from the Del Mar Volume 2 palette. So yeah, I'm excited. Sort of. A bit scared, but yeah, I'm gonna make it. Okay, thank you so much for watching today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this a thumbs up if you are rooting for me. And please let me know all look suggestions and stuff in the comments, and because in my previous video I had one very nice lady say that she wanted to see a look with the grey shadow and the turquoise, and I tried and it turned out horrible, but it was still really fun to try. So please leave me any suggestions down below, or oh, I would really like to see that lilac shade with a green shade, I don't know, whatever. Just let me know down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!